was probably in your thoughts to start because he'd been playing so well. Is he a particular loss for you coming into these two games?
I think, listen, Andrew's done terrific to start the season. He's played very well for Norwich. But one of the advantages of sort of the influx of new players over the last 18 months has been increase the level of competition in the team, and there's a lot of competition. So it's an area that we're strong in, and certainly it would be good for Fernando because he hasn't been in the team for a while. Obviously, stress fresh in his back, and that was an issue for him. And he's come back, and it's an osteopubis situation he's been struggling with. So that's ruled him out. So we have good options, and it's not it's something that we just have to get on with.
Yesterday I saw the players who hadn't been involved over the weekend, and a lot of them were your more experienced players, like the likes of James Coleman and Shane Duffy, and Matt Doherty for that matter. I mean, are you thinking it's good for them to get game time in these two games?
Well, listen, it is unusual. We always had a situation probably where we had a lot more players training on a Monday, match day +2, and he would do full sessions, but it was just Seamus and Shane and Matt, but also Michael Obafemi. But the other two that came in were two players that just had been sent off, obviously in the first half, so they were starting in games. But so we didn't have many players training, obviously, and that's more players are playing in first teams, which is okay. Less are playing in the Premier League maybe, but more are playing in first teams, and that's that's a good thing. It's not ideal that any of the players that are not playing in their teams. It's not an ideal situation, particularly over a long period of time. Just can't have I don't think I can just come in with a consistent rule. One size fits all rule. We'll have to judge each case on its merits, the individual strengths of the team, what we need, and but you wouldn't want to go in with too many players not playing matches. And we even learned a little bit about that in June, where players had come in and have that 5-week break and maybe had not been in their team for a couple of weeks before that and starting, and so that these are it's part of the learning curve for us.
And how important is it for you to finish the Nations League campaign strongly?
Yeah, we want to finish strong. I think the players are terrific in the last. Obviously, we had a mixed window, if you like, whatever. We started slowly and disappointed, and then we finished strongly and did brilliantly against, obviously, the win against Scotland 3-0 and the performance in the Ukraine. Both games in Ukraine were very, very evenly contested, and I think so. It's a big game for us. It's a great game, Ireland against Scotland in the Nations League in Hampden Park. It's it's a famous venue, and we're delighted to be going there. And Scotland qualified for the European Championships previously, with a lot of players playing at the high end of the Premier League, and they're a very strong team, and we're looking forward to playing against them. And we're getting better all the time. We definitely feel that, and against some of the top teams, we played very well against Portugal twice, and Belgium and teams of that ilk. So we're looking forward to the game on Saturday.
Thank you.
Anne-Marie, please.
Hi Stephen, how are you?
Hi, Anne-Marie.
Scotland are obviously playing tomorrow night against Ukraine. How big of a difference does it make for you to be able to focus on this Scotland game for the whole week, whereas they can't really switch focus until Thursday?
Yeah, it's always difficult to gauge that. You think on the one hand you would think it would be an advantage, but then you see, I suppose, our previous performance against Scotland came 3 days after we lost to Ukraine, so it's difficult to gauge exactly. It's not an exact science, and obviously it's an interesting game with two teams we know well, Ukraine and Scotland, and they play on Wednesday and they know each other well as well. So it's an interesting game on Wednesday, but we just got to really focus on ourselves and make sure we're ready on Saturday.
Scotland will obviously be out for revenge though after what happened in June. What kind of reaction are you expecting from at Hampden Park as well? It's going to be a very different game.
Yeah, the home record. I know Ukraine won there in the World Cup playoff, but the home record has generally been quite impressive overall. So anything we get, we're going to have to earn. We're going to have to work extremely hard for each other and show the level of confidence that we showed in the last few games, that we showed over the period of time. We, you know, with the Armenia game, obviously, apart from that, all of the other games we've shown a lot of confidence in and shown a lot of quality. And over the last good few months, and I think the players are getting more confident, clear idea what we want, and very exciting style of play as well. The players are confident in all areas of the park, and we want to continue that and take that into the game on Saturday.
Robbie Brady's obviously back at the squad for the first time in a long time. How's he settled back in, and where do you see his best position being for him?
Yeah, I think it's competition for place. There's obviously a few tight decisions around, and that's what you want. And we have a very good training session today, and that was competitive, and that was a good day today for us. Robbie, you know, at the moment we'd see him as a left wing back, because that's where he's been playing for a period. It's difficult just to shift into another position at international level from club level when you haven't played there in a long time. But you're right, there's no reason why he couldn't fit into a sort of left of a 3-5-2, which would have been what he was probably born to play. But like, definitely he's been playing a left wing back at that level, and I think that's where we see him.
Kevin Kinney, please.
Yeah, hi Stephen. Obviously Andrew is out. Have you any other injury issues or doubts that you're worried about?
No, we don't at the moment. You know, we're okay in that regard.
On Nathan's red card, did you chat to him about it? Do you feel that's your job to address these issues with Nathan, just given such a high profile?
Yeah, it's something I haven't discussed with him yet, but I may do, and you know, between now and Saturday, you know, but it's something that would, you know, it's very, you know, it's uncharacteristic of Nathan, and he's normally quite disciplined, and you know, it's something I'm sure he'll learn from.
Yeah, it sounds like you don't think it might affect his confidence at all.
No, I don't think it will at all.
Yeah. There's lastly for me, and this is slightly left field, but you've so many options at centre back, including like Nathan and Darrell Shea. Do you ever see any of those as midfield options in an emergency maybe?
You know, they're all capable of playing in the positions, but we have good midfield players, and we have competition in midfield as well, and that's, you know, the emergence of Josh Cullen, obviously, over the last, you know, since he made his competitive debut, and Jason Knight and Jason Malumbi, and then there's competition because obviously Alan Brown and Jeff Hendrick and Conor Hooran, so there's good options there, and we feel we have enough competition. I don't feel we're going to put one of the centre backs into midfield ahead of those players.
Okay, we've just got 2 minutes left of the embargoed live section, so if you could keep it tight. Damien?
Stephen, can I ask, was the win over Scotland your best day yet as Ireland manager?
I hadn't really thought of it like that, to be honest, but it was a very good performance, and it wasn't perfect, you know, like we conceded a couple of chances in the game, and you know, there's areas in that performance we can improve on. There's numerous areas we can improve on, but it was a very, very good performance. But we have to move on from it. You know, we can, you know, that was then. Now, and we've got to go to Hampden very determined, because their home record, Scotland's home record, is excellent, and we're going to have to put in a really brilliant performance to get a result there, and that's what we're trying to do.
Ed and then Gavin to end the live section. Oh, you want the embargo? Perfect. Ed to end the live section.
Stephen, just in terms of, you mentioned the slow start to the last window, and sort of mirrors a bit the slow start to the campaign, both the World Cup and this Nations League one. How do you ensure and get the team sort of firing, and I suppose with next year's Euros in mind, but just hitting the ground running like on Saturday straight away? Do you have to, you know, just remind them how well they finished the last window, or is it just more about just trusting the whole week process and it'll work?
No, I think, listen, we've every confidence in in the players, and they've shown some good results. What you're asking there is in relation to it's a separate answer I was given. I was talking about the actual June window, learning from the June window where there's a 5 or 6 week break and there's a couple of weeks. So yeah, we've already made provisions for that for next June already in terms of how we would prepare next June and before our European Championship qualifiers, and we've already made extensive plans for next June and how we would prepare in that regard. So that's really a separate entity. Overall, we've no problems with first games and windows, and we want to go and put in another strong performance against Scotland. As you say, we've 2 games, Scotland and Armenia, different challenges, and we're looking forward to it. The players are trained well this morning. Obviously yesterday very light, but trained very well today. I was pleased the way they trained, and we've no fresh injuries, which is good, and we'll get ready for Saturday.
Okay, moving to the Bargate section now. That's 11 p.m. tonight, so everything past this point is 11 p.m. tonight.